Imagine a world where the threat of nuclear war is just a button press away, where two superpowers are locked in a silent struggle for dominance, spanning decades, crossing continents, but never quite erupting into full-scale war. This is the story of the Cold War. The Cold War was a 45-year standoff between the United States and the Soviet Union, but they never fought each other directly. So what made it a war? It was a clash of ideologies, capitalism versus communism, the US standing for democracy and free markets, and the Soviet Union promoting a system of government-controlled economies and single-party rule. Each side believed their system was the future, and both were willing to fight, just not face to face. Instead, they fought through proxy wars, influence, and innovation. It was called the Cold War because the US and Soviet Union avoided direct military conflict. Nuclear weapons made that unthinkable. One wrong move could mean mutually assured destruction. Instead, they fought through political maneuvering, espionage, and propaganda. It was a chess match. One wrong move could tip the balance of global power. The seeds of the Cold War were planted at the end of World War II. The Allies, America, the Soviet Union, and Britain, defeated Nazi Germany, but peace didn't last. The once allies now eyed each other with suspicion. As Europe rebuilt, Eastern Europe fell under Soviet influence. An Iron Curtain divided Europe, symbolizing the line between East and West, communism and capitalism. It wasn't just about borders, it was about global influence. The world on the brink, tensions and proxy wars. The Cold War wasn't without bloodshed. Korea, Vietnam, Afghanistan, all battlegrounds where the United States and Soviet Union supported opposing sides. These proxy wars were devastating, but they were fought far from the superpowers' own borders. The closest the Cold War came to all-out nuclear war was the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. The Soviet Union placed nuclear missiles in Cuba, just 90 miles from United States shores. For 13 days, the world held its breath, but diplomacy prevailed. One wrong step, and we might not be here today. Who were the key players? Key figures shaped this era. Joseph Stalin and later Nikita Khrushchev led the Soviet Union, while presidents like Kennedy, Reagan, and others guided United States policy. In the 1980s, Mikhail Gorbachev introduced reforms in the Soviet Union that would eventually end the Cold War, while Ronald Reagan's tough stance helped bring the conflict to a head. But perhaps the most symbolic figure of all was the Berlin Wall. Built in 1961, it divided East and West Berlin. Families were torn apart, and it became a symbol of the Cold War's human cost. How did it end? In 1989, the impossible happened. The Berlin Wall came down. It was a moment that signaled not just the reunification of Germany, but the beginning of the end for the Soviet Union. By 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed and the Cold War was officially over. Communism in Eastern Europe crumbled and the United States emerged as the world's sole superpower. So was there a winner? In many ways, the United States and its allies could claim victory. Capitalism triumphed and democracy spread across former Soviet states. But the world paid a price. Millions died in the wars fought in the name of this ideological struggle. The Cold War cast a long shadow, one we're still living under today. The Cold War wasn't just about politics, it shaped our world. It gave us the space race, which led to historic achievements like the moon landing. But it also left behind a stockpile of nuclear weapons and global alliances like NATO, which still exist today. It's also the reason tensions between the United States and Russia still exist. Though the Soviet Union is gone, the remnants of Cold War mistrust linger in geopolitics. Was the Cold War's impact for better or worse? It's complicated. On one hand, it led to technological advancements and the spread of democracy, but on the other, it left the world on the edge of destruction for decades and devastated nations caught in the crossfire. In the end, the Cold War serves as a reminder of both the best and worst of human ambition, a world striving for dominance, yet only a step away from mutual annihilation. The Cold War may be over, but its lessons remain. As we look forward, let's remember the past and hope we never come that close to the brink again. Thanks for watching Wonderworld. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories from history and beyond.